Namaste, my frosty birds of paradise, and welcome to Monday Flow. So today we're going to keep it fairly straightforward, fuss-free, and just getting straight down to business with a little bit of bite-sized Ashtanga. So I'll keep it really nice and sort of simplified. Some versions of the poses a bit more mindful. And of course, in this little island of time, we won't have the full spectrum of the primary series, but I'll take all of our favourite pieces here so we can feel nice and balanced by the end. As most of you know, Ashtanga is kind of the roots of the yoga that I teach, and does stick to the original versions and sequences of the positions. So in a way, it's kind of got a nice repetition and rhythm. Do take good care of yourselves, and as always, when in doubt, just take rest. So we're going to start off in standing today. So just coming to the front of your mat, feet around, hips distance, whatever supports you, and just taking closed eyes. And if it is your first movement of the day, just maybe spend a moment just taking a couple of shoulder rolls and wriggling your toes so you feel a bit more in your body as we come to standing. Taking the left hand to the upper chest and the right hand to the belly, just spend a few moments feeling like you could settle, find a bit more of a deep seat inside to experience your breath. And when you're ready, just start to draw the breath in a bit more fully. The mouth closed, in and out through the nose. Almost imagine drinking that breath down, feeding the organs, and then exhale to really soften and empty that fully. One more time, in and out through the nose. Breathing in, let's start to release the arms and take them to our sides, up and open. And then exhale, just open the arms and bring them down. So you've got this nice low set of shoulders as you just bend the knees. So we're just going to stir the energy, breathe in. Start to think about pairing your breath and your movements. Your exhale just softens the arms down. And your inhale brings them back up. This time we're going to open the arms, bend the knees generously and fold. So you've got this length coming down via the spine, across the thighs to release, dropping the head. Give that head a little shake. You can keep the knees bent, they don't have to ever straighten. We're just finding the lift from your tailbone up into the air, rooted feet. Just warming up any rust. Take an extra breath here on forward fold. And then sliding the hands to the shins, find a flat back, a moment to pause and breathe in. Exhale to refold, find the ground. Step or jump back, find your plank, and really bring your shoulders to arrive over those wrists. If it's better for you, just land the knees here. We're taking just 2 breaths to just feel that core, that almost hug in of your energy. Let's bring the elbows either side of the ribs, either land the belly or knees first. Inhale in cobra, hands under the shoulders to lift the chest, lift the hips too. And tuck your toes, lengthen all the way back. Full breath in, come to your tabletop or fours. Full breath out, come to your down dog. Let's wriggle in. So we're pedaling the heels, We're getting into those juicy sides of the shoulders and the ribs. Give yourself a full breath in and a full breath out of the mouth. Inhaling, looking to the hands like step or jump forwards. Feet underneath the hips to exhale and fold. Strong through the back, bending the knees so you're kind of squatting up, open arms. Exhaling, prayer position drifts to the chest. Almost take 2 breaths doing that, so you're kind of countering any dizziness. Inhale, bring the arms up and open. We're repeating. Open the arms wide, coming all the way down. Taking your hands to your shins, slide into that flat back. Take a breath in and a breath out to refold, connecting to the ground. Jump or step back, find your plank, really arrive. Shoulders over wrists, energy in the broadness of the shoulders, the core. Almost squeezing your strength into a center line. You can land the knees first or the belly, like a press up but a press down. Elbow tips squeeze into your sides. Hands under the shoulders, rising through cobra, then the hips, over tucked toes. Exhale. Breath into tabletop. Breath out to lift the knees up and away in your down dog. And wriggle in for a moment. And then if it suits you, try to find stillness. Maybe the knees bend generously to find that long spine. You don't have to straighten the legs. But we're going to really try to feel spread fingers, energetic palms, shoulder blades wrapping out so you've got space for the neck, long spine, lifting thigh bones, softening heels. If that's not too much to remember. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhaling, let's lift to the hands, take a jump or a step forwards. Exhaling to fold. Both knees bend, inhale, arms wide. Exhaling, prayer position, draw softly towards the chest. Take your time. Feel steady on the feet. Releasing the arms, we'll come to your salutation B. Rise the arms. Exhale, prayer position through the center this time with your palms, all the way down to fold. Hands to shins, flat back, prepare. Exhale to refold. So you might be carving out your rhythm of breath here. Plank position, exhale, elbow tips in to the ground. This time you might send your heart forwards in up dog or come through cobra again. Chin to chest, let's make our way to down dog. Strong spread palms, one big breath. Right leg's going to start to rise off the ground into the air. Tripod, trying to hug the hips in at their hips distance. Exhale, let's step your right foot between the hands. You can help that along or take it as a few movements getting there so that your knee is aligned over your ankle as you find that lunge. Today we're going to take high lunge, breathe in. Breathe out to draw your left heel down in Warrior A. We're trying to keep your chest and your hips a little framed to the front of the mat. Big breath in, big breath out. Exhaling, we're going to take the hands over the shoulders, draw down, frame your front foot, parallel back foot to plank. Arrive on top of the wrists. Find your vinyasa, elbow tips in, heart forwards and up. Exhale back, chin to chest to your down dog. One steady breath. Inhale, lengthen your left leg into the air. Almost try to hug in your floating thigh so your hips are trying to face the ground. We're going to step that left foot between the hands. If you need to, that's a few movements getting there. Knee and ankle align. Breathe in on those equal hips, come up. Exhaling, we're going to drop your right heel down And try to face the front of the mat a little bit with your chest and your hips. Breathing in, breathing out. Get on top of the breath, frame the front foot, parallel back foot, and back to plank. Arriving, vinyasa. Your way through to your up dog or cobra, chin to chest, back to your down dog. Breathing out of the mouth. When you're ready, starting to look towards the hands, take a step forward, jump forwards. Feet at around hips distance to fold. Inhaling, a generous bend in both knees, come up with a nice long spine, open arms. Take your sweet, sweet time bringing the hands towards the chest so you get this moment to really level out. We're going to step the left foot back, find warrior two. So this time your left toes are out to the side or maybe slightly turned forwards. Your right toes are all the way to the front of the mat. So you might need to separate your legs a little bit so that when you bend into your knee, it doesn't go any further than your ankle. It stays behind the ankle or just on top. Let's allow yourself to feel those hips open. Right hand forwards, left arm back. So I want you to feel strength in both legs. Try not to feel too much of a accidental lock in the back knee. If you need, micro bend that back knee and draw up out of it by pressing down. Slightly tuck the tailbone under, spend another breath or two in that warrior, just arriving, powering the arms out. Breathing in, let's lengthen the ribs, take it forwards to Parsvakonasana. Right elbow lands on the right thigh. Now really deepen your hip stretch, so notice that as you stretch the left arm overhead. If you need to come back, you could always bring the hand there and measure it, how far you lean. Again, feel the space across your left side. Notice yourself. Breathe deeply into any new space we're opening. Full breath in, reach up through your warrior two, just tip your right arm up, and then exhale, we're going to change arms. So your left hand's going to land inside your right foot as we turn the back foot parallel, simple twist. So as I said, we're keeping a couple of these movements more mindful. If you need to, just find rest or take a version of the pose you know and love. Exhaling, let's frame the front foot, find your right position, shoulders arrive over the wrists. Elbow tips come in, let's find our way through to up dog or cobra, lifting the chest, and then chin to chest, find your way to down dog. We're breathing in to look towards the hands, jumping or stepping forward. Exhale to fold. Generous bend in both knees to rise, lengthen your spine. Feel your feet, let your breath come gently out, maybe over 2 breaths, floating the hands towards the chest. Right foot's going to step back, let's find warrior two, other side. Left toes point forwards, right toes are slightly out towards the side. Let's think about that knee arrival. You know it's my obsession. So we let the knee find its way either right on top of the ankle or slightly behind it. We're strengthening the legs, careful not to overlock the back knee. So if you need to, there's almost a small bend in the back knee, and then we're drawing up out of it by pressing into both feet. Tucking the tailbone under, strong through the arms. Let yourself arrive there and find another breath or two. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, find your way down to Parsvakonasana, left elbow. Keep this space of the shoulder open, try not to hunch here. And we're going to spread the space down the whole right side of your body. So it feels as if we're kind of opening up a vent. through this side in this pose. And just notice how the hips feel here. If you need to, come a little bit out of that. It doesn't have to be so deep. I'm going to press off the left thigh. Turn your left arm up into the air just to take a bit of space in the ribs. Then we're going to windmill. Right hand forwards, back foot is parallel, finding a landing. Right hand inside left foot. Inhaling, rising the left arm so your chest is trying to squeeze against your left thigh. Try not to curl the spine here, trying to keep length. Torso all the way through to your crown as you strengthen the back knee. So we should feel that nice glute stretch, a bit of energy or a lot of energy through that left leg. Breathing in, breathing out to frame the front foot. Let's find our way back to your plank position. Inhale to move forwards. Exhale, this time we're going to land knees or belly or all the way down via both. And then hands either side of your hips to find Savasana, rising feet, chest, arms. So you're floating in space here, belly on the ground. And we're finding a bit of a squeeze inwards, so the arms and legs are trying to slightly squeeze in to your center line as you draw your eyes slightly down. So your neck is free and long. Let's find another full breath here. And then inhale, take your hands under your shoulders. Kind of seesaw your chest up, your feet down, lift the hips. And exhale, child's pose. Sit right back on the heels, relax your arms and face. You might take a little scroll of your torso inside the thighs. Breathing in, let's come through tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift up and back to your down dog. I'm going to start to walk your hands back to your feet. Take it slow, enjoy lifting your tail at every moment, even if the knees are bent. Find that moment of arrival in your feet, spread the feet, drop the head. Option one, a bit more of a mindful version, you might take your hands to the elbows and allow yourself to draw deeper in fold, shifting shoulders down. If you're staying with me, you want to come further, we'll go first and middle fingers inside the big toes, elbows wide, spreading your muscles away from that spine, finding more space, more hydration in the fascia. Head drops, tailbone maybe rises, but again, no need to straighten the legs. As we exhale and let go, let's bend the knees generously and start to roll up. So slowly, slowly, heavy arms, heavy head. As we come all the way up, we're going to lift that crown, create that really tall palm tree, shoulders wrap back and down. We're going to start to step your right foot forwards. Take that position into wide stance. So your feet are a bit wider than your hips, or even wider than that. Just feel it out. Feel how the hips are happy. Feet are in line with the top and bottom of the mat, and there's energy again. Careful of overlocking knees here. You can always slightly bend. We're going to breathe in, rise the arms. Sweep and swim the chest open. Hands interlace behind us. You can take hands to elbows instead if you prefer, so it's a bit softer. Breathing in, let's squeeze the chest forwards. Breathing out, let's lengthen. Strong roots, strong from the hip bones. Lengthen, lengthen down. exhaling, start to release your hands to the ground. Let's walk towards your front foot and find one last vinyasa. Your plank position, knees or belly land, or we hover the chest forwards and find our up dog. Chin to chest, back to down dog. When you're ready, look to the hands, jump or step your feet forwards. Exhale to forward. Inhale to rise, a big bend in the knees, open arms. Exhaling, prayer position towards the chest. Good, so let's keep it simple today. Bring your left knee towards you as you root down through your right foot. We're finding that balance. Maybe a little rotation on that left ankle. And we're going to hover that forwards. We're going to lift that knee with your inhale. Ask it to go a little higher. Kind of reimagine your core. Exhale, push out. Inhale, knee comes up. Exhale, we push out. One more time, knee comes up. Exhale out. Full breath in. This time, grab a hold of the left ankle. You can bring it inside your right thigh. If that's a little tight, maybe to the shin, missing out the knee, or to the ankle, so you've got more stability on the ground. Either way, that hip is in an open setting now. And we're squeezing the glutes, slightly rising through the chest in tree pose, Vrikshasana. Turning your fingertips face up, bring your hands slowly together above you. And then draw the palms towards the chest as you exhale, landing your thumbs at your heartbeat. And changing over. So the left foot's going to release, step down. Feel that grateful moment where your right foot is free, your left foot is starting to work, left ankle, left hip, knee. We can squeeze that one in first. Exhale, push a wall away with your right foot. And then we're going to ask it to go higher. So we're kind of reconfirming that bit of root strength. Exhale, send it out with length. Inhale, ask it to go a little higher. Exhale, send that out. Inhale, bring it in. This time we're going to go into your ankle or shin on the right leg and see if we can find tree pose on your thigh, your shin, or ankle. Don't worry if you want to go to that ankle. We don't always need to go into a full balance to feel the energy in that left foot. Wherever you land, spend a couple of moments just squeezing into that center line to rise again. Breathing fully, turning the palms face up slowly. Grow your branches up, 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 and together. Palms gently drifting towards the chest. Exhale, we're going to let go. That right foot, step it down. Breathe in, send the hands up, out to fold. Stretch, and then dip your hips down. Send the arms forward, so you're kind of trying to reach ahead as your tailbone comes back to the mat until we find a balance enough to sit down. Feet lift on Navasana. Hands can support that, giving yourself a bit of a rise in the lower back. If you feel you could then take the arms away or stretch the legs, you can. Breathing in for 3. And out. Breathing in. And out. Last one, in. And out. Breathing in, let's bring the knees in towards us. Lift up tall. Take a little rock back to your shoulders and back up. Good, let's do that one more time. And last, time to come down. As you come back out, we're sending your feet all the way ahead of you. Peel the glutes. Sit yourself tall in Dandasana, so a right angle with the ground. Strong lower back. Fingertips can be light here. And whenever we're at our tailbone, just noticing this grounding feeling. Almost you're feeling like you're coming to a stop. Breathing in, lengthen. Breathing out to just drape the chest forwards. And we're not going to stay too long, but the hands might be framing your thighs, shins, or feet. And then breathe in, start to come back up. Slide your hands to your hips and then into the air. Think about that really nice strong back as we take your hands behind you this time. Fingertips facing forwards. So we're going to take one of two poses. You might watch me first and figure out which one is for you. So if we're going for the strong version, we're going to engage the core, really lift up out of the hips, open the chest and keep an open frame of your shoulders in Purvottanasana. If that doesn't suit you, feet at hips distance, knees bent, finding inverted table. Last deep breath. Exhaling, come down slow when you're ready. Bring your knees in towards you. Exhaling, knees open, soles of the feet together. We're going for that rock and roll, side to side. And we're going to hang on to the shins. Lift up and out of your hips. And you might already be in quite a deep hip stretch here. Your feet might want to go a little further away from you to find a comfortable position for your knees. And then only if there's space, take each breath as a wave that rises up and then drapes the chest gently forwards. Then you might adjust your hands to the ankles or the feet. Or bring your feet closer. And whichever position you've chosen, just see if you can arrive there more fully. Breathe into a soft jaw, soft closed eyes. One more breath. Inhale, starting to rise. Let's take the knees up and together. Feet at hips distance for a little cat-cow here, rounding. And then inhale to rise. Belly button, chin, chest. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, belly, solar plexus, heart, throat. Exhale, rounding. And again. Last time to round, starting to let go. When you come all the way down, find your semi-supine for a moment and catch your knees towards you. Let's take all of the good movements, all of the easing. Circle the knees over the lower back. So we're sort of tuning into yin a little bit as well today. Take your knees the other way. Circle. Good. Open your arms up to your sides. Really try to stretch your hands away from each other, some space. Both knees are just going to rock over to your left, tumble into a gentle twist, supine twist. Notice your ribs peeling gently back towards the ceiling, and let your breath really manage itself as the fingertips curl. So you're really letting yourself feel a kind of do nothing, let the floor hold you energy. Feel how the breath moves. Inhale, gently come to center, roll the knees onto the chest, and then all the way over towards your right. So your supine twist, both knees fall over to the right. So you're painting a little zigzag with your body to the right. And you're peeling slightly back with your shoulder, your chest and ribs to the ceiling. Then let your fingertips curl, your face soften, and the breath just manage itself. Breathing in, start to come to center. Shift your hips into the middle of the mat if they're not already. Squeeze the knees. Let's stretch the legs and arms into the air. Just rotate every joint. Let the clicks happen. Make your sweet music. Ankles and wrists. So we're really kind of focused on the feeling of your feet, your hands, maybe even wriggling toes and fingers. And then I want you to just bring stillness into the hands and feet, but just kind of nice and sort of easygoing stillness. And just notice your shoulders, the weight of your arms, and the weight of your hips from your legs. And I want you to feel that irresistible gravity in your back, your full back on the mat, back of the head, root of the tongue soft. And then just imagine yourself just giving into that as the elbows and the knees bend. Everything slides out to Savasana. So lengthening out in your lying down pose. Let's take these few moments together to just rest and settle. So start to imagine your awareness coming back to you gently and lightly on the ground. Starting to spread out through the body, making you more sensitive to the tingles at the fingertips and toes. And then deepen the breath as that flow through our center, blowing a breeze through any stale corners left. In, rinsing out, breathing in, rinsing out. Starting to wriggle your fingers and your toes, breathing in. Maybe sighing out. Let's bring the knees gently up towards the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze and then roll over to your left. Take your time coming up. Finding cross legs or any seated pose that works for you to finish. Prayer position towards the third eye. Almost imagine breathing into that third eye space. Prayer position towards the heart space. Noticing your heartbeat and breathing into a spacious chest. let's bow to ourselves. Namaste, sweet cats. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you're feeling a bit more connected, and I look